Hello, my name is Jaco Reyes. I am a student for business law, currently trying to get my associates from RCC in science. This is my oral presentation 1, which I will be discussing the details and the directions for oral presentation 2. So here are the instructions for oral presentation 2. Watch the following video as it is related to the topic of ethics and take notes. Focus on the 6 tests used to determine if an ethical decision was made. Use available note sheet. Read all the materials you have been given on the case, which is 3 documents in total. Read the grade rubric so you understand how you will be graded. Prepare your notes on what you will say and practice it several times before recording your final oral presentation video. An oral presentation is not you reading your notes. In your oral presentation, you will do the following in order. Introduce yourself by giving me your full name and major you are enrolled in. Next, in your own words, define what ethics means. That should not involve you looking anything up. Just tell me what you define as ethics. It should be short. Third, you will summarize the ethical case about Susan. Fourth, take on the role of a professor and explain to me the outcome you had determined for the situation. Then, fifth, use each of the ethical tests from the video to explain why/how you came to this outcome. Remember, when you are using the test to talk about Susan's ethical action/behavior, you need to be as detailed as possible to prove your case. Proving your case needs to involve facts, not opinions. For example, with the honesty test, tell me how she shows or does not show honesty from what you have been given in the 3 documents. The tests are the honesty test, legal test, conscientious test, publicity test. After that, end the video with a thank you and any other comments. Don't just stop or say that's it. After you have completed the assignment, go back and review the grade rubric to ensure you have not forgotten anything. Even ask someone else to watch your presentation and grade you by using the rubric. Sometimes having a second set of eyes helps. Submit your oral presentation correctly, which will be in a YouTube format. Now I will present the rubric and explain the rubric for this oral presentation too. For delivery, to get a 4, which is an excellent, you need to hold attention of entire audience with the use of direct eye contact, seldom looking at notes. Speak with punctuation in volume and inflection to maintain audience interest and emphasize key points. To get a 3 or a good, you need consistent use of eye contact with the audience, but still return to notes. Speak with satisfactory variation of volume and inflection. For a 2, which is a fair, display minimal eye contact with the audience while reading mostly from the notes. Speak in uneven volume with little or no inflection. Now for a 1, which needs improvement, holds no eye contact with the audience as entire report is read off from notes. Speak in low volume and or monotonous tone, which causes audience to disengage. For content organization, for a 4, again an excellent, you need to demonstrate full knowledge by covering all requirements of the assignment with detail and support. Provide clear purpose and subject, pertinent examples, facts, and or statistics. Support conclusion ideas with evidence. For a 3, is at ease with answers to all requirements of the assignment. Has somewhat clear purpose and subject, some examples, facts, and or statistics that support the subject, includes some data or evidence to support conclusions. For a 2, is uncomfortable with information and is unable to answer most of the main requirements. Number 5, in directions, attempts to define purpose, and subjects provides weak examples, facts, and or statistics which do not the adequately support the subject, includes very thin data or evidence, and for a 1, it does not have a grasp of the information and cannot answer any of the main requirements for number 5 on directions, does not clearly define the subject or and purpose, provide weak or no support of subject. For audience awareness or enthusiasm, for a 4, you need to demonstrate strong enthusiasm about the topic during the entire presentation, significantly increase audience understanding and knowledge of the topic, convinces an audience to recognize the valid and importance of the subject. For a 3, you need to show some enthusiasm, feeling about the topic, raise audience understanding and awareness of most points. For a 2, you need to show little or mixed feelings about the topic being presented, raise audience understanding and knowledge of some points. For a 1, you need to show no interest in the topic, presented. Reasonable person can tell whether or not. A reasonable person can tell they rather not do the presentation, and it also fails to increase the audience understanding of the knowledge of the topic. Now, for the what I was graded on, this section discusses what are some key points that you might be graded on. In your oral presentation, you will do the following order. Introduce yourself by giving me your full name and major you're enrolled in. If you do, you get 10 points. If no, you don't. Next, in your own words, define what ethics means. That's worth 10 points. Third, you will summarize the ethical case about Susan. That's 10 points. Fourth, you will explain to me the outcome you determine the situation as if you're the professor. That's worth another 10 points. Fifth, using ethical tests, you will explain why/how you came to the outcome. You need to be as detailed as possible to prove your case, providing your case needs to involve facts, not opinions. For each of the tests, which is 5 of them, is worth 10 points. And at the end of the video, you need a thank you and any other comments. Don't just stop and say that's it. That is lastly 10 points. 5 points each will be deducted for the following presentation errors. Background is too busy. You need to find an area where you are in front of a blank wall. Camera is at eye level. You should not be looking down at the camera. Raise it to your eye level. And 3, movement is erratic. You should not be sitting or standing where you will be rocking a chair or swaying your body. You will need to sit still and upright. Next, I will present the expectations for this oral presentation. My expectations for this oral presentation. Please read the following statements. I'm expected to not wait until the last minute to do this or any presentation. I'm expected to have read all directions and materials given to me for any presentation. I'm expected to understand how I am graded for the presentation. I'm expected to understand the issue that will result in a 0 of any presentation. I'm expected to dress appropriately since this is going to be a video. I'm expected to practice several times before I create my final recording. I'm expected to present the information in a professional manner. I'm expected to review my recording to make sure it is clear, visual, and auditory. And I'm expected to understand how to create and upload the presentation correctly on time. I'm expected to ask for help or ask questions early. Next, I will discuss the ways you will earn a 0 for this presentation. Was your presentation uploaded on time? If no, then you get an automatic 0. Was your presentation number 2 uploaded correctly as asking the directions? If no, then you get an automatic 0. Did you use a stream or YouTube program to create the video? If no, you get an automatic 0. Is your oral presentation number 2 complete? If no, then you get an automatic 0. Does your video have both clear audio and clear video? And if it doesn't, that's an automatic 0. That is all I have. That's all the directions, the rubrics, the expectations, and ways to get a 0 for oral presentation number 2. That's all I have for you. Thank you for your time.